Big shot! Screw it. Let's do it.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
All right. I'll help you in any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claimed to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, God. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her? Maya?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. So you're waiting until she's safe. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunham?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycholocks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Alright, let's do this. Call will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was just detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious... Oh, I wonder who that could be. And a vicious whip. I can only turn to the power! Anyway, I'm not going to let you finish that statement. It's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris Dunham! I hope you're ready. Get in here! It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Not that I'm going to complain. Hey! Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Look, ours all about working in the field, isn't it? Working in the fields? He's outstanding in his fields. Did you really just do that? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. You know you're in trouble when you're starting to understand Larry. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all.
I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake, bright red. Or, to use the technical term, crimson lake.
Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man! Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness! That was all your fault! Testify now!
It's too much for me. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Angie?
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. You dingus. My God, I'm gonna have to beat the crap out of you. Yeesh.
Dad doesn't know about it. Nothing but a small world this murder. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else?
We all just assumed, honestly. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy.
Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. I think I already know what to do, but I'm still gonna press him. He said he didn't meet anybody at the bridge, so I already know that's a lie because he had to meet Phoenix there. So...
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any ideas to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That run-down shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
See? You can do it if you try.
Ouch!
There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
Fucking hell. I swear, my IQ is going to drop 3 points by the end of this. A number of times? How many?
Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night.
You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands.
Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. What, blackmail?
No, that's simply a product of overflowing love.
You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. I fucking love your dialogue, Francisca. It's the best. So, what'd you see? Well, for your sake, you saw a snowmobile. You saw a snowmobile. Fuck. You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh?
Well, you see...
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's probably used to it at this point.
Hold it!
Larry! You really didn't see it.
Hey! Don't need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it! I didn't see a snowmobile!
You're stuttering. Larry. Say snowmobile for me, please.
snowmobile.
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Shut up! What is this? I don't know, don't ask me!
Seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
That right there, I know is a lie.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone?
That's right, because I got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see this crimson-like faces now!
It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he is going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I just slice through this obvious contradiction and keep things moving along. Yep. Listen, you snot-nosed dumbass!
Objection!
That's a lie! Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incident you create!
You're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
Oh, that's right, me in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change.
But, what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
Please. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
The shenanigans that fucking happen in this goddamn game series. Holy shit. Oh my god. Seriously. None of this. I'm pretty sure none of this would fly in court. Holy fuck. But I would like to see that. Could you imagine if cases actually worked like this in real life? Hell, I would tune in to watch that shit.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick.
Oh. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So he saw the moment that the bridge lit on fire from the lightning strike. So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? Actually, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. When was the lightning supposed to happen? Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Okay. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. And... okay, so he woke up about 10:45. Okay. That's when the lightning happened. Okay. Okay, just had to get that right.
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains is what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. What? I'm sorry. I'm still trying to process that this man ran across a burning bridge, and somehow I'm only now learning that he survived this fall and only got a... I'm sorry. I'm having... You literally caught me off guard with this. Okay, I just need a minute. I never knew. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. That's the plan. I'm sorry, I'm still processing that. Is he alright?
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Well, you really must know I was busy being excited, I guess.
Excited? Dare I even ask?
They said the meeting time is 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Just shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Well, anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. Hold it!
This light was, of course...
Lightning! Like kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ah!
Or a little like that.
That's more like a punch from Miranda.
Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge?
Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of lights, so... Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do?
What do you think? I was burned up as well from the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge?
Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind.
I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that?
Lightning fell, and then the bridge caught fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare.
I don't know, we had a bonfire whenever I was going to, like, Boy Scouts, and God, we could barely get anywhere near that thing. It was so fucking big. Like, how the hell do I describe how big this bonfire was? Like, there was, I think, it was already built by the time we got there. Like, this thing was structured to be fucking big. And, like, there was a few logs, some, like, oh God, I wish I could remember how big this was. I just remember, like, I can't remember exactly what it looked like. I just remember the ginormous fire that came from it and how none of us could really get near it because of how fucking powerful the heat was. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Right now, why didn't you call anyone? Why did you go... Actually, yeah, why didn't you call anyone? That should be the first question I'll ask. Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's in the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Oh, of course I thought of doing that.
Now then, let's hear why I didn't.
Oh, yeah, okay. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay?
Didn't have time to.
I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's new.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright.
Yeah! I thought I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder! It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway.
What's this feeling? Suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less.
He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Wait, what time is it? It's been about 10:30. Okay, let me look at the weather data. 10:30. Something's not right about this.
Objection!
Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? You can make me sound like some sort of alien.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
Well, I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at that.
That's a stupid question! This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge. That's like the guy that freaking buys 30 watermelons. And immediately went to see what had happened. What was that about watermelons? Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m.
Well, that sounds all about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act.
That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time.
Excuse me. I have an objection.
You do?
Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larissa.
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry! You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during those missing 15 minutes?
I don't know, I'm
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm just sounding like a fucking weirdo every time I do this.
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback.
What? That is disturbing. Ah, fuck, I didn't have time to read it! Get fucking! So there was a 15-minute... There was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Are they simply there to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Reggie, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. You're the murderer!
Wait, what? Listen. I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes?
I may really say it this time.
Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
That was fapping.
Okay, we're out of here.
I'm a Dunham. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized the flames had gone out, and then he came running up.
I suppose Oz can be strange folk. Hey. Shut up.
That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
No. We don't do that. Including the truth on the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So, why do you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry.
My name is Lawrence. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am.
Technically, according to the comment section of the previous video, I assure you, Edgeworth has much more fans than you. Yes, who exactly are you?
I'm Lawrence Dunham, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist?
Of course I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That's a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Can we see the fucking sketch? Sketching? The burning bridge?
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What? Came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this! That sketch of my...
Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That does indeed appear to be the fast solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I get a terrible feeling the instant this sketch was revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
Show it to me!
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Well, Even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this.
Imagined what?
The Larice Dunham's debut would take place here today like this.
Show it! Now!
Okay! Let's steel yourselves. This is the world of Larice Dunham. What the fuck?
Well, so this is the Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes. Well, Edgeworth, I need a little bit of help here.
How do you think I'm feeling? I'm trying to figure this out myself.
Oh, oh dear, this is a bit of a problem. It's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry?
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that. Thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she'd injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, real artist.
Are you high? The girl? She's really high up in this. Are you high? I like what they did there. She's really high up in this picture. I fucking love this. Ah! What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. Holy shit, this is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please rip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, unfortunately, there is some precedent for this. Let's go back to the previous game.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see.
This is to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. You're... Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this more.
Well, what'd you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me!
Horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime.
I think I've already got a... Now hurry up and cross-examine him!
I think I've already got a good idea of how to do this.
Hold it! Just where did you see the site from?
Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it.
The defendant flying.
That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge.
I see. That all makes sense. Aside from the sketch of itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous.
Hold it!
You transferred everything directly onto the page. And that is this sketch here.
Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway.
It did.
That's right! The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge.
My god, man.
Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous super flight in order to reach me? It's gotta be it! Alright, go me! Ah, nice out!
Continue, please. For the love of all that is right in this world, please.
Hold it!
Okay. I've calmed down a little bit. You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you?
Well, once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else.
That's true. It's always been that way. Guess I'm not lying about that, at least.
Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts.
Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I am sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. Oh yeah. Was it this hood?
Objection!
Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 if that it's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand.
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
I fucking love you. Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood.
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood.
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why didn't Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog!
Oh my god. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage.
Ow. What is it now, witness? Oh my god.
Feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy! Today is the day I get to completely stupefy you!
What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? What the fuck has he got planned now?
hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Maurice Dunham, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serve of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. I need a cup of tea after this. My throat's gonna fucking murder me.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her.
I think I've been going at it for like 3 hours.
That led me to finding my beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow.
It's covered in blood.
I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Oh! Not a crystal sphere? Oh my god. Wait. How? Hold on.
And this one! Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers!
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see, around here somewhere. Looks about right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Hold on. Ha! What the fuck?
Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The code accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it. Oh my. It's blood! What? Blood? Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime, and it has blood on it.
You ready, LG? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Maurice Dunham only a few minutes ago? Okay.
Hold it!
So, you went to the burning bridge?
That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do is meet her halfway.
But the defendant was not on the bridge when you got there, you say?
Well, I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best.
It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point. I don't blame you. So, what'd you do next?
Hold it!
So, let me get this straight. You searched all over for her?
Well, she was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel somewhere around there, so you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid? So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there.
You fell over yourself?
Yeah, the snow's deep and there wasn't even a banana peel out there. I'm going to wring your neck.
Yep, they're stupid. And then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next?
Hold it!
Half buried.
Well, it was still sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too.
I'm impressed. You did well to find it.
No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled real brightly, as if it was saying, "Here I am, to me."
It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But I need to remind you that she was not wearing a hood that night.
Hold it!
I think that's against the testimony. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one.
I don't know anything about that, okay? And I was a special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her.
This is getting us nowhere. A destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found in the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? I already have a good idea. That is the question I aim to answer. So, probably that one? No, wait. What else could have... Oh! I gotta do that. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct?
That's right. My gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning. And a crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound.
Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. Holy shit. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. Enough for another investigation at this point. Goddamn, this is gonna be a nightmare to figure out. Does her photo have it, I think? Yeah, there it is. There, we'll use that. Yeah, I think this is what I need.
Objection!
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who is this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Dunham, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. Yep. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back!
Ouch!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime, and it's missing a sphere. Ah! The crystal sphere! It's gone!
What?
Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing a hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. But what was Dunham doing there? That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Dunham.
Objection!
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that! It's all with magic.
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
Miss Franziska von Karma? The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me?
It's part of my sprite work, just get over it. The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet, you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean
I'm the killer?
all joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Dunham left Hazakura Temple that night.
Looks like it's time for another investigation.
However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Accidental death? Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. No. I don't think that is going to be the case. Just saying.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
You know what? Yes.
Can I prove it, Keyshawn? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You'll do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright. And I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Can I just appreciate, like, I fucking love Edgeworth's development so fucking much, it's great. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Well, the crime photo itself, actually, now that I think about it. Because she does not have her staff with her. Take that! So, yeah. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing then, it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order! 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 On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge! Oh! The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't! You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? Oh, wait a minute. What if... Oh... Yeah! The snowmobile! It could have carried the body! To that point! Oh...
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
The motherfucking snowmobile!
Take that!
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have also been used to carry a body.
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Dunham, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy. Thank you.
That settles it, then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this is all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Franzi whipping me.
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What is shit? This is all your fault! Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal systems of I demand satisfaction!
Oh shit, is he dead? Bailiff, drag the body out. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright. God is now adjourned. And now we're passing the torch on to Phoenix. I need a break. I don't know how long I've been going. I just need a break. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. You guys are the fucking best I could ever have, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and know that you're all loved.